Hello, my name is Vasileios Mavratzas. I'm an architect working at the moment in Vienna as technical consultant. My background is related to sustainable buildings. I have done a master in town development and another master in the University of Vienna related to building technologies and new materials. A sustainable building is a building that is designed, built, and used in a way that takes care of the environment. It uses less energy, water, and natural resources. It also produces less waste and pollution. It integrates eco-friendly materials like wood from sustainably managed forests and recycled concrete, renewable energy sources, and designs that reduce carbon emissions. And the goal is to protect the environment while creating a comfortable place for people to live, learn, or work. In Europe, many buildings are designed to be passive houses, which means they use very little energy to stay warm in winter and cool in summer. To design a sustainable building, you should focus on using materials that are eco-friendly and long-lasting. You should make sure the building uses less energy by adding good insulation, using natural light, and energy-efficient appliances. It is also important to design the building to use less water, to collect and use the rainwater, and to recycle waste where possible, of course. Designing with nature in mind, like using solar panels to harvest solar energy and use it in various appliances, or green roofs to absorb rainwater while providing insulation, is also a very good strategy. Of course, all buildings can become sustainable. Instead of tearing them down, we can renovate them. This means improving insulation, adding energy-efficient windows, and using better heating, cooling, and lighting systems, among others. We can also add solar panels or water-saving appliances and water-saving systems. This process is called retrofitting, and it's a great way to make use of existing buildings without creating more waste. Many historic buildings in Europe, like old apartments or schools, are being retrofitted to meet modern energy efficiency standards. Sustainable buildings help fight climate change by reducing energy consumption and by using less energy from fossil fuels like coal, gas, and oil. They also produce less waste and pollution. For example, if a building uses solar energy with solar panels, can turn sunlight into electricity, which can power lights, appliances, and heating systems in the building. This means the building relies less on polluting energy sources. Another way is by using natural light instead of electric lights. This can be done by adding large windows, skylights, or light shelves that reflect sunlight deeper into the rooms. Natural light reduces the need for artificial lighting during the day, which saves energy. In Europe, many modern buildings are designed with large south-facing windows to bring in as much sunlight as possible. By using solar energy and natural light, buildings reduce their carbon footprint and help slow down climate change. Of course, the climate of your country matters a lot. In hot countries like Greece or some other areas like South France, you might design buildings to keep cool by using shade, natural ventilation, and reflective materials. On the other hand, in cold countries like Germany, Poland, or in North France, for instance, you focus on keeping warmth inside with better insulation and airtight windows. The goal is to make sure the building stays comfortable naturally for the users without using too much heating or cooling energy. In addition to climate, other parameters such as location may affect the way we design a sustainable building. The use of solar panels, for instance, can be meaningful in both warm and cold countries. But depending on where we are, the way we design to embed such systems into a building may vary. Yes, energy efficiency is the most important strategy. Buildings that use less energy for heating, cooling, and lighting have a much lower carbon footprint. As we described before, this can be done with better insulation, energy efficient appliances, and smart design that makes use of natural light and air. In Europe, using materials with a low embodied carbon footprint, like recycled concrete and certified wood, is also important. The less energy a building needs, the better is for the planet. Sustainable buildings can save water in several ways. They can collect rainwater and use it for watering plants or flushing toilets. They also have special water saving taps, showers, and toilets that use less water. In some European countries, buildings are designed with grey water systems that recycle water from sinks and showers to be used for flushing toilets or watering plants. This helps reduce the strain of local water supplies, especially in areas with limited fresh water. One well-known sustainable building is the Bullitt Center in Seattle in the USA. It's called the greenest commercial building in the world because it features net zero energy consumption thanks to solar panels that generate all its power and it captures rainwater to meet all its water needs. The building also has composting toilets, uses locally sourced materials, and operates under the Living Building Challenge, which is one of the most rigorous sustainability standards. And it also uses materials that are safe for people and the environment, making it a landmark for sustainable architecture. However, not only rich countries like USA can provide exceptional examples of sustainable buildings. Such a famous building in Europe is the Stavros Niarchos Foundation Cultural Center in Athens, in Greece. It features a large green roof and helps insulate the building and reduce the need for air conditioning. The center also uses solar panels to generate clean energy and has a system to collect and reuse rainwater. Its design blends technology with nature, making it a model for sustainable architecture in Europe. One of the biggest challenges is the cost. However, a sustainable building can be expensive at first, but it saves money in the long run. For instance, retrofitting old buildings for sustainability can be complex and costly, but it can also offer a solution on renovating abandoned historical buildings, such as those existing in Greece, in Poland, in Germany, and of course in France, without compromising their cultural integrity. And this is a challenge of getting people to understand the benefits and make changes. But there are also big opportunities. New technology like better solar panels and smart buildings will make it easier to build sustainably. Of course, the cost of implementing cutting edge green technologies can be a barrier, especially in regions facing economic constraints. Natural resources can be another opportunity. Countries with rich natural resources can focus on renewable energy and ways of integrating resources such as solar and wind in new construction. As more people care about climate change, the demand for sustainable buildings will grow, creating more jobs and innovation in construction and design.